Hey guys, Gadget Droid here. If you've ever taken a great picture on your phone and thought, I wish I could just print this instantly without dealing with a clunky printer, ink cartridges, or overpriced labs, then this one's going to be interesting. Today we're looking at the Kodak Dock Plus 4-pass instant photo printer. Now, this is a compact little device designed specifically for people who want to bring their digital memories to life in physical form. It prints standard 4x6 photos, comes bundled with 90 sheets in this package, and it's surprisingly simple to use. And I've been testing it for a while to see if it's actually worth picking up over, say, traditional photo printers or those instant film alternatives you might have seen floating around. So the first thing you'll notice about this printer is just how compact it is. It weighs about 2 kilograms, which is light enough to move around the house or carry with you if you're taking it to an event or a party. The dimensions are small too, about 4 inches deep, 7 inches wide, and 3 inches tall. That's smaller than most hardcover books, so it doesn't take up much desk space. And the design is very minimal, basically a clean, rectangular shape that doesn't scream office equipment, which is kind of refreshing. Kodak's clearly aiming for this to live in living rooms, dorm rooms, or family kitchens rather than home offices. Now, the way it works is also pretty interesting. Unlike your traditional inkjet or laser printer, this uses something called 4-pass dye sublimation. Essentially, what that means is your photos are printed in layers of color, and then finished off with a laminating process. This results in photos that are fingerprint-proof, water-resistant, and designed to last for decades. You're not going to get those smudgy, faded prints like you might see from cheap home printers. Instead, the finish looks closer to something you'd get from a photo lab, glossy, vibrant, and durable. In fact, Kodak claims the photos will last for generations, which, if true, makes this printer a pretty solid investment for people who actually care about archiving their memories. One of the biggest selling points here is simplicity. You can dock your phone directly onto the printer with a USB-C connection, and while it's printing, it'll actually charge your device. That's a clever little touch. If you don't want to plug in, it also supports Bluetooth for wireless printing from both iOS and Android devices. I tested this with an iPhone and an Android phone, and in both cases, connecting through the Kodak app was straightforward. The app itself isn't the fanciest design you'll ever see, but it does the job. You can select photos, make quick edits, apply filters, and then send them to the printer. From there, it takes about 60 seconds to print a single 4x6 photo, which is not lightning fast, but considering the quality, I don't mind the wait. Now, let's talk about the prints themselves. You've got two options here, borderless or bordered. If you go borderless, you get the full 4x6 edge-to-edge photo, great for displaying or framing. If you go bordered, you'll have that classic white frame around the photo where you can write captions, notes, or dates, sort of like digital Polaroids. And I like that Kodak gives you the choice, because bordered prints feel more personal, while borderless prints are better for scrapbooks, albums, or just sticking on the fridge. The resolution here is 1200 by 1200p, which is actually quite sharp for photos of this size. Colors come out accurate and vibrant, skin tones look natural, and the detail holds up even in tricky lighting conditions. The laminating finish adds that professional touch, so even when you stack a few printed photos together, they don't smear or fade. Compared to some instant film printers out there, like the Polaroid or Fujifilm Instax, the Kodak Dock Plus wins hands down in terms of sharpness and longevity. The only real trade-off is that the device itself isn't pocket-sized. It's portable, yes, but you're not tossing it in your bag like a tiny handheld photo printer. One thing people always ask about is cost. And here, Kodak is trying to position this as a value proposition. The bundle comes with 90 sheets of photo paper and the necessary ink ribbons in one package, which helps reduce overall printing costs. If you break it down, the cost per photo is lower compared to instant film prints like Instax, where each shot can cost almost $1. With the Dock Plus, you're looking at closer to half that, which adds up if you're printing a lot of photos. The fact that you don't have to buy ink separately is a nice bonus too. Kodak packages each ribbon with the paper, so you just replace the cartridge when you're out of sheets, and you're good to go. It's a print more, save more approach that makes this printer much more practical for people who want to create albums or large batches of prints. Performance-wise, it's not the fastest printer in the world. Kodak says 1 photo per minute, and that's pretty accurate in real use. If you need dozens of prints in a short window, you'll be waiting a while. But again, this is designed for casual home use, not a professional photo studio. And in that context, the speed is totally acceptable. The printer itself doesn't have a lot of buttons or controls, everything is done through the app. That keeps the design clean and minimal, but it does mean you're tied to Kodak's software. Luckily, the app works on both iOS and Android and has been reliable so far. In terms of connectivity, besides Bluetooth and USB-C docking, you also get a standard USB port, which can be useful if you want to connect directly to certain devices. The printer supports glossy 4x6 photo paper exclusively, so you're not going to be printing documents or labels with this. It's strictly a photo printer. And that's fine, because it sticks to doing one thing really well. Duplex printing is not something you're going to use here since it's single-sided photos only, but Kodak does list it as simplex in the specs. Overall, the Kodak Dock Plus is a really fun little device that brings something unique to the table. It's not meant for office work, and it's not going to replace your big home printer. But if what you want is a way to instantly turn digital photos into tangible, high-quality prints, this is one of the best and most affordable options out there. The prints look and feel premium, they're resistant to damage, and the whole setup is as simple as dock, tap, and print. And with the 90-sheet bundle, you're set for quite a while before you even need to think about refills. The way I see it, this product sits in a sweet spot between old-school photo labs and modern instant film cameras. It gives you better quality and durability than instant film, at a lower cost per print, and it's more convenient than sending photos off to a lab and waiting days to get them back. For families, students, or anyone who values physical keepsakes, it just makes sense. And for creators who like giving personalized gifts, event photographers who want to hand out prints on the spot, or even teachers making memory boards, this could be a great little tool. At the end of the day, Kodak has taken a very simple idea, print your photos instantly, and executed it in a way that's both practical and fun. And while it might not be a product for everyone, if you're someone who loves the idea of holding your memories in your hands rather than keeping them locked in your phone, the Kodak Dock Plus 4-Pass Instant Photo Printer is absolutely worth checking out.